Into your veins?
Yeah.
That can't be good for you.
Hurts a lot, actually.
Why?
But it doesn't matter, because I'm a
Coffee, 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 coffee cow. Oh, I'm a coffee, 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 coffee cow. I'm a coffee, 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 coffee cow. Hello! Yeah, I'm a coffee, 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 coffee cow.
He said it
let me
used
get
to
my
hit
chat
rocks like
open.
Smith. Used to buy a quarter, only pay him a fifth. Used to smoke Dave's blood to sell to the kids.
Whoa.
Now I'm a coffee cow, it's like I found my shit. Was at the end of my wits, I hit the regain. Only coffee for the pre.
Okay, shut up, it's Space Corp. Hello! Hello. Don't forget the freezer shirt for after. Do I need a freezer shirt today? That's a great question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I need a freezer shirt because the room is actually appropriately temped. I don't feel too warm. I don't feel sweaty. What about a fridge shirt? You think because it's it doesn't need to be so frozen, right? We could just put it in the fridge and chill it. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do it just in case. Actually, let me get my hat while I'm at. One second. Coffee, cow. Bow, 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 bow. I'm a coffee, coffee, coffee. Wait a minute! Okay, I found it. What's good? I didn't forget the Coke. Ow, shit! Piss! Oh, man! Oh, that really fucking hurts. Oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn. Wow, that really fucking wedged in there. Ouch. Oh, don't say fingy hurty. Have an ounce of empathy. Oh, god damn it. That really fucking hurt. Ow. Piss, I need some Vicodin, dude. Ow, shit. Oh, man, I wedged that right in there. Whoo! Ow, I'm really sorry about your little fingy, Atrioc. Is that sincere? Is that a sincere apology? Is that, because I don't feel like you really mean it. I feel like you're not, I feel like you're, ow, god damn. Ow. Wow, that fucking stings. How are you all doing? I'm doing horribly because of my finger. Ow. Did you hear about Elden Ring? A little late, right? Unless there's something new. What, is there something new? Elden Ring. What's new? Elden Ring DLC gets exciting update. Oh, my face. When? The Steam version of DLC has added, of Elden Ring has added a new DLC package, suggesting the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC could be coming soon. Very interesting. Very interesting. Near future, perhaps. The return of the Glamorai for another 1-year adventure? Could be interesting. Could be worth talking about. Hopefully they don't bring back the Tree Sentinel and I can get stuck again. Likely Dev forgot to remove the folder when updating. Perhaps. Hey, curious, what are your plans to solve the Canadian housing market? Would appreciate if you fixed it soon. Thanks. My plan, It's for all Canadians to get out and move down here to America. You know what I'm saying? We'll accept you with open arms. Hashtag colonize Canada. Not in Texas. No, we'll accept you with open arms in... What state can we put all the Canadians in? Oregon? Can we just put them all in Oregon? Or like, yeah, I guess, Minnesota would be a good one. Let's just put them all there. Okay, one of the big ones, the big northern states. All right, there's plenty of room. It's warmer than fucking Canada. We'll just put them all there, and we'll turn Canada into like a big theme park or something. I don't know. It's a TBD. Robert Stocks, thank you for the gifties. A big parking lot. Just a huge, just one big parking lot, all overflow parking. We'll make, you know what we'll do? We'll build a gigantic Walmart across the border, and all of Canada will be one big parking lot. That's awesome. Everyone will be happy. Yo, Big A, you gonna watch the T1 game later? Not live. No, I don't think I will be watching any T1 games live until playoffs. But I will watch the highlights, as I am wont to do. Hey, Big A, I've been trying to find a present for my mom for her 50th birthday. After a long and hard struggle, I think I finally found the perfect gift. A life-size Atrioc realistic mechanical statue. I doubt it could ever replace the real thing to her. You know what I'm saying? So, you are bald like LeBron. I can't. But unlike LeBron, I'm really good at basketball, not just kind of average good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big A, just starting my last semester in college. Any advice? Get a job. I'm sorry, dude. Everyone's going to be fucking asking you the same question. What job are you going to do? That's the advice, bro. It sucks. Don't try League of Legends. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Last semester, chill, enjoy it, have a good time, relax. But you're now into the hard part, really. I think the ideal. I mean, yeah, I think post graduation right now it's gonna be tough. Not gonna be a slam dunk easy. But I have faith in you. I hope it works out and keep us updated. How to tie a tie? Go to Google, bro. Find someone rich and marry them. Robert Stacks keeps dropping gifted and is making that suggestion. Hint, hint, perhaps? Hint, hint. I maybe at Robert Stacks and solve and see if they're looking for a partner and maybe bada bing, bada boom. Go out on his yacht. Big A, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you look up to me? As a long time Atrioc chatter, as I can tell, because you have a 0-month sub and yes, a good amount of messages. I look up to you 11 out of 10. Obviously, you're a extremely intelligent person with amazing taste. However, physically, I look down. You know what I'm saying? Physically, I have to because I tower. But other than that, in January 16th, 2024, LeBron James and Atrioc combined for 25 points. That we did. We've always been a good team, me and Braun, on the court. You know what I'm saying? Combined, we have literally some of the all-time greatest stats of any duo. Of any basketball duo, our stats combined, we have an insane amount of points. So it really is, it is impressive. Big A, I turned 21 in 4 days. How do I not become an alcoholic? Do you not drink currently? And you're worried the second it's legally available, you're going to become an alcoholic? Or do you already drink currently in the... What The mere existence of legal alcohol should not make you an alcoholic. That's not, I assume something else is going on. Hey, Atrioc, do you check your Twitter DMs? I do check my Twitter DMs. Hey, Big A, as president of Taiwan, you're Li Cheng-di. How do you say his name? Li Cheng-da. You're him. I order you to go to the Lakers open tryouts and attempt to join the team. The Lakers do not have open tryouts. They don't do that. There's no Lakers open tryouts for the fucking NBA team. All right. Not for you, lil bro. If they're not for me, then they're not open, right? You understand what open tryouts mean? Hey, Big A, when are the little A plushies releasing? Dude, that's actually a great idea. I would love if we had little A plushies for sale because those are cute as fuck, and I would buy them. I'd buy a bunch of them, give them out to chat as gifts. But I don't know how to do that, so I have to figure that out. Vengeance is mine! Thank you for the 20... No, I wasn't just saying that. I'm not vowing vengeance. I'm not fucking Xi Jinping after Taiwan elections. I am thanking someone named Vengeance is Mine for 22 months. Hey, Big A, in 22 months, in that time I went from a QA to working as an economy designer for a AAA game company. Cheers, man. Thanks for the content. Congratulations. That's cool. Economy designer is kind of a fancy way of saying microtransactions developer. Like, is that you're trying to find ways to get consumers to spend more in the game, right? You're like, but it's good because what I always say, I don't know if I always say this, but it's a good advice. When you're in a company, the closer you are to the revenue of the company, the higher chance of getting promoted, getting paid well, becoming indispensable, hard to get fired. The closer you are to what parts of the company make money, just drastically improves your internal standing. It can be very hard for marketers, especially, to realize this, who often find themselves really far away and easily cut. You have to, like, think about it. Hey, Big A, what if we invaded Mexico so that there are no more immigrants? So you're saying make Mexico part of the United States so that all Mexican citizens are now American citizens, so there's no immigration. Interesting theory. Not so sure about that one. I don't know that that's a crisis averted. And I also think that they just moves the border issue south. And also inherits many problems that are currently plaguing Mexico. I'm not sure that would work. I'm not sure that would be... Invading Canada is easy because there's no one to the north. You know, Santa's not coming, but... Hey, Atrioc, if you fail to go live any day this month, you should polish off a bottle of Malort. I will never do that. I will never drink Malort again as long as I live. Malort is disgusting and foul and gross. Atrioc, my Kings are throwing. I'm scared. I don't know. I recently announced that I'm getting way more into basketball, and I like the Lakers. I don't need people. People have started in the beginning of chat updating me on their sports teams. I don't care. I'll be honest with you. I don't care. I don't follow. I don't care. I don't, especially if it's like a fucking, especially if it's non-basketball. That's really what I don't want to know. Like, you guys have been doing it way more often lately, and it's like I have no input. That doesn't matter to me. Atrioc, did you see Unity laid off 25% of its workforce? I did. I saw Google laid off 1,000 people. I saw Discord laid off hundreds of people. I saw Twitch laid off hundreds of people. Layoffs all over the place, especially in tech, especially in gaming. Hundo P. It is a inauspicious start to the year. Not cool. Not awesome in any way. It sucks for people that got laid off. It sucks for people still at those companies, to be honest. The morale's probably down to the shitter. What if we offer Mexico to China as a peace offering so they don't invade Taiwan? Let me unpack what you're saying there. The United States does not own Mexico and cannot offer it as a peace offering. Even if they could, even if somehow they could, do you think that strategically giving China a base right on our southern border would be an equivalent trade to letting them have Taiwan, an island that is just right off their coast? I am quite sure they would take that deal. And I don't know that it would be good. They get Mexico, we get Shanghai. This is becoming a very convoluted trade. I'm not sure that you guys are really art of the dealing here. I don't know. What if, okay, here's an idea. Here's an idea that could actually work. What if we Freaky Friday it and we switch countries for a year? Everyone in China moves to America. Everyone in America moves to China. We live their life for a bit. We understand their problems. Okay? We figure it out. All of a sudden we learn we're not so different. We get the wall. Trump claims the wall. I did it. I finally built the wall. How come Xi Jinping is in office? Doesn't he know he only gets 2 terms or 8 years as president? They have different rules. My friend, he is on his 3rd 5-year term. They don't have 4-year terms. They have, I think he is the only person to do a 3rd term, though. It's like it's unprecedented in Chinese, post-World War II history. And he is currently a few years into his 3rd 5-year term. I assume he will go for a 4th. As long as he is, he is significantly younger than Biden and Trump. How come he didn't run for president of Taiwan? Well, in his mind, he did and already won. In his mind, he has already won president of Taiwan 13 years ago. And that is one of the subjects we're going to talk about today. How come you aren't running for U.S. president? Well, I am. You know how there's like a rule where you can't be under 35? There's a too young rule. There's also a too old rule. You can't be over 1,000, it turns out. It was a weird bylaw in the Constitution. And so I'm unfortunately disqualified. It is a disaster. You can't be older than the country. Yeah, weird rule, but it does exist. You can't be older than a country. Biden getting close to the limit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Big Truck. Hope you're doing well. Congrats on the 16-day streak. 16 days! 16 days, motherfuckers. We're out here. Only one person can be president, and since Dr. Carbonation shares his body with Atrioc, he counts as 2. That is why I'm disqualified. I would love to see someone in official power say that. I am going to say right now that I'm getting a little annoyed with people bringing up the Hitler stuff. I actually think it's really weird. I think you guys are being weird about it. I don't like it, and now I'm just done with it. The joke's over. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm getting bothered by it. Okay, I watched the documentary. I thought it was interesting, and now you guys are saying Hitler too much in my community. I don't like it. He's not a good guy. Okay, he's bad. He's a bad person. He killed a lot of people. He was a psycho. You can just start. Wait, what? Wait, what did he do? What about Roman history? I'm gonna watch I need to find a good Roman documentary. And then I'm probably gonna talk about Napoleon. I just started the Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon movie. Just started it. I like literally watched 5 minutes of it and then I paused to finish what I was doing. Atrioc, do you think the deluge of TED clips from the new TED TV show on Peacock is organic, or is there some marketing going on? Like I mentioned in a previous Marketing Monday, the companies have realized the value of posting clips, or even full episodes on social media. There could be some marketing. I have no idea. I have been actually pretty brain rot resistant from TikTok recently. I have not been on the talk. So I haven't seen these organically, and I can't tell you if they're real or not. But could happen. Did you see Mr. Beast post his first video on X, aka Twitter? I did. It was a re-release. Mr. Beast posted an old video of his on Twitter to see if he can make any money off of it. Since he announced it publicly, it's possible that, you know, Elon Musk on the back end, or, you know, the X team could juice the numbers, like the revenue numbers, so that he's more likely to do it. I mean, he made the measure of success so public. But realistically, assuming there's no tomfoolery with it, it's not going to make anywhere close to what you make on YouTube. So it's not even close. The monetization of Twitter is like fucking, you know, 1% of what you can get on YouTube. So, Ishar, did you hear about the upcoming Spielberg miniseries on Napoleon? No, I could watch that. That could be fucking dope. Where in the country do you live? Because it's always 11 p.m. when you go live. I live on the West Coast. It's not a secret. I'm not in a bunker off the grid, bro. I've been very clear. You know what? You can tell what time zone I'm in because in my title I put 7:30 Pacific. It's like every time, every single time. There's no secret. Now that I've thrown off the scent, they'll never know that I live in Shanghai already in a bunker. This is all part of Xi Jinping's psyop to infiltrate the American populace through their greatest weakness, Twitch brain rot. Wouldn't it be really why don't we elect Xi Jinping? I'm moving from Austin to the West Coast specifically. Yo, somehow a great movie despite Orlando Bloom delivering an wait, which one is this? Yo, Atrioc, have you seen Kingdom of Heaven? Oh yeah, Kingdom of Heaven is great. Have you guys seen Kingdom of Heaven? It's like one of the best, you know, like Troy or I don't know. It's like war movies, like big epic broad melee combat war movies. Yeah. You do have to watch the director's cut. It's good. It's about the Crusades, yeah. Yeah, historical epic. I moved to Hong Kong from Tokyo, and I started a new job in a week. Got us get settled in. Congratulations. Atrioc, have you seen The Hateful Eight? Yeah, I did. I think I saw The Hateful Eight like on a flight or something, which is how Tarantino prefers his films to be seen. I feel like Tarantino's always saying, if you're not watching my films on a flight, you're not getting the real experience. And it was long, bro. It was long. I remember it was all right. I like a good murder mystery. It was long as fuck. I think it was pretty good. I'm having trouble recalling even the ending reveal, so maybe I fell asleep, to be honest. I tell my kids to avoid vertical videos. Will this stop their brain rot? Everybody knows that brain rot can only be transmitted when the video is turned this way. If it's horizontal, your brain is fine, if not growing. But the second you turn it vertical, that's when it unlocks the delta patterns in your neurons and begins to rot them. That's just a basic scientific fact. I mean, you're probably onto something though, because vertical video, what it really is like the endless scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Because what I think, I think what it does, vertical video endless scrolling, is it trains your brain to the very millisecond it feels the slightest boredom to freak out and do something. That's what I think vertical video does the worst, is it reinforces over and over in your brain that you cannot have one moment of boredom, because then next on your next thing, which is like, dangerous. Because imagine trying to read a book with that mindset. You know what I'm saying? You get every single word has to be compelling, or you're going to be like, scrolls, do something else. That's the problem with it. I talk about this in my predictions, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Why is there blood on the whiteboard? Do you mean red color marker? Or do you mean blood? Because I don't see any blood. Anti-ADHD propaganda. I'm sorry. I'm part of big anti-ADHD. What community would... JJ Yando, thank you for the 3 months. Turak46, thank you for the 14 months. Hey, Big A, I just wanted to thank you for thanking me for my sub. This makes it 2 months in a row, since you'll definitely read this. You're welcome. You're welcome. Andrometry, thank you for the 16 months. Manny MZ, thank you for the 22 months and the message. They call me Jersey Mike the way I be subbing. Thank you, Manny. That's fucking huge. That's sometimes you just drop bars. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you drop heaters, and I appreciate that. Juzwa, thank you for the 6 months. Carter Turbo, thank you for the 20 months. Toadboat, thank you for the 6 months. And Ron Swanson, thank you for the 9 months. Hey, Big A, VOD Frog, who once thanked you for the good VODs, and then you proceeded to listen to 2 hours of DMCA music, never change. Okay, I'll never change. Cool. Confirmed. Permission granted to never change. I will never change. I will play DMCA music regularly, including right before I watch House, so that people can't even watch it in the VODs. What's everybody's favorite DMCA song? Let's play one right now. Just the worst fucking song.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming.
Oh, that's a fucking heater. Real lyrical masterpiece. My work used to play this 30 times a day. Did you work at Guantanamo Bay? What the fuck? You played it 30 times a day? That song fucking sucks, dude. Yo, Big A, you ever read Factfulness? A great book about economic development and challenging cognitive biases. I highly recommend. I have not read Factfulness. Let me see. Factfulness. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have read this. Yeah, wait a minute. I think it was one of Bill Gates' recommendations, so I read it. But it was all about how, like, the vaccine is great. You know what I'm saying? Did I read this book? Factfulness. No, maybe not. Oh, wait. I think I'm thinking of this book. Yeah, I don't think so. for sure. Well, either way, I can't remember it, so. Bro, I thought those were all cardboard. I'm sorry, what? You thought this was a cardboard bookshelf? No, you thought it's green. I mean, are some of you serious? No, it's not green screen, bro. That's like every book I've read in my life. It's my fucking Pride and Joy collection. It's not the fridge. No. What's the red book on the bookshelf? There's like 50 red books. There's no possible way you could be talking about any one of them. There's more red than any other color. It almost looks like a fucking communist bookshelf, dude. Half the books are red. Atrioc, do you have the Diary of the Wimpy Kid collection? Yeah, that's it cuts off. You can't see the top of it, but I have a golden layer at the top of the bookshelf where I keep my most prized books, and it's all the Diary of the Wimpy Kid books. It's sort of a shrine, yeah. It's Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Clifford, the complete series, Captain Underpants, and of course the Bible. That is where the top shelf goes. Atrioc, have you read The Deficit Myth? Yeah, Stephanie Kelton's book. I read it and I hated it, but I don't want to get into it. I do not want to get into it. I had this whole thing I was going to do, but I've decided it's just going to cause fucking a bunch of Reddit posts. So I've decided I'm not going to get into it. I just think it's a book that I think is bad. I think it's very slick, but no substance. If you pull, have you read the entire Red Rising series or just the original trilogy? I read the entire series and I loved it. Red Rising series, big thumbs up. A lot of people have gotten into it, I think, from this stream, from what I've heard, and they're enjoying it, and I'm glad you are. It's fucking sick. I am looking for a new fiction book, though, to be honest. What I've found is this, okay? People say that you need to quiet your brain down before you go to bed. Like, let's say you're streaming until 11 p.m. and then you want to go to bed. Your brain is too active. Or if you're playing a video game or whatever, you're on your phone, your brain's too wired up and it's hard to just immediately go to bed. You have to have like an hour of ideally no screen time, at least 30 minutes, try to fucking... And so what I've done for that is read. But I figured out that if I read fiction, I can go to bed instantly. I can read fiction, read a chapter or two, feel good, go to bed. But if I read nonfiction, my brain doesn't stop. I still fucking sleep. I still can't sleep. So I need a good fiction book. I could read the nonfiction at a different time, but it's not a good bedtime. Like I've been reading The Outsiders, which is like Warren Buffett's recommended book. It's been on a list for a while. Finally wanted to read it. And it makes me think about how I should be spending the money I make from this business better. It's all about how it's basically a list of like CEOs who wasted money that was coming in. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably be fucking allocating this better and keeping a closer eye on it. And so it's like, I don't sleep. But if I read a fiction book, the Bible, I said a fiction book, not a fucking documentary. Harry Potter? I already said that the Bible doesn't count. Okay? No, the Bible is not, okay? The Godfather and A Clockwork Orange are real good. How could a movie be good? I mean, how could a book be good if there's a movie? Riddle me that. How could a book be, I'm going to read this when I could watch it? Do you understand? Are you following? Plus, I already read The Godfather a while back. It's the difference between the Godfather book and the Godfather movie is as follows. They spend way more time talking about that one. You know how he's like, look how they massacred my boy. That boy he's talking about, I mean, he's like a 40-year-old man. They talk about his dick size a lot in the book. In the book, they talk about that guy's dick size for like all of book 1. In the movie, they kind of gloss over that. It's crazy. There's a whole subplot about how the guy is a fucking monster hog, huge schlong, and in fact, I'm just telling you, this is in The Godfather. And he can only go out with one woman who has a big enough vagina for his schlong. This is a big part of the book where he can't find a right match because until they finally meet and they have a blossoming love. It's insane. It's like most of the book is about fucking the mafia. And then there's this difference. That is the main advantage of the movie is it cuts that out. I swear to God, it's odd. It's odd. What a different movie it could have been. Have you read The Martian or Project Hail Mary? No, but I watched The Martian and liked it. So, checkmate, book theists. Atrioc, read Jennifer Government by Max Berry. I have already recommended Jennifer Government by Max Berry 1 billion times to this chat. It's like one of the books that got me into marketing. I read it fucking before you were probably born. Don't recommend fucking that book to me. Have you read 1984? Oh, right, you lived it. I can't. Okay, shut the fuck up. Very funny, very hoot and a half. I recommend the Percy Jackson series. It would allow you to understand chat better. That's probably true. If I just started dropping Percy Jackson references, I could just fucking clean up on Twitch, dude. Unfortunately, I am not going to read it. I could watch. There's like a show now or a movie now, right? Actually, tell you what. I'm gonna try to farm some gifties here. Bro, I think chat is like... Shit. This is harder than I thought. I feel like chat is a lot like Leo Valdez, dude. I feel like they just got that Leo Valdez energy. That's just what I've been saying, dude. I just feel like he's the best character. That's just my opinion. I like all the characters and they're a great series of books, but for me, I personally prefer Leo Valdez. I think he's like, he just got that chat energy. I just looked up a tier list of most popular Percy Jackson characters. I start. Okay, what time is it? I'm gonna start here in like 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We start talking about Taiwan. No rush, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna watch. We'll do that. Then we're gonna watch a video about the Chinese military, which I think is interesting, based on some reports that are coming out about their combat readiness. And then we're probably gonna watch House, season 6, episode 1. That's the plan for today. Should be fucking cool. Atrioc, have you read Mouse? My aunt got it for Christmas. No, that's about the Holocaust, right? It's like a parable of the Holocaust. I think I know of it. I think I saw a comic about it. Like a summarized comic of the comic, but I didn't see it. I haven't read it. I also haven't read Elie Wiesel's Night, which I know is supposed to be amazing. And I was assigned it in school, and I didn't read it. But I want to. I want to read it now that I could appreciate it. Have you read The Blade itself? The Blade itself. What about The Blade itself? You know what I'm saying? Gifties, please. Have you read Playmakers by Mike Florio? It's so good you'll be an NFL fan by the end of it. That is the perfect recommendation for me to never read it. That's good. Have you tried crack cocaine? It's so good you'll be an addict by the end of it. Cool, I'm not going to try it then. I don't want to watch NFL, bro. Have you read The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Bro, I fucking live that book. I have a tattoo across my chest and back of The Hungry Caterpillar. That book is life to me, dude. He was so hungry. That's the thing people don't get about him. They get that he was a caterpillar, but they don't get that he was hungry. Like, stay hungry, stay fucking humble. But not that humble. You know what I'm saying? He ate so much, man. Exactly, dude. Stay hungry. Stay hungry as the caterpillar. You should read Romance of the Three Kingdoms about ancient Chinese wars and politics. Why don't I just play the video games? That way I'll learn while gaming. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. If it's a good translation, it could be fun. Maybe I would check that out. It's not fiction though, right? I guess it could feel like fiction, but it's not. The games are not a bad way to learn it. Dude, learning through games is not crazy. I feel like I learned a ton through playing Age of Empires as a kid. Like, it just gives you a general idea of some of the major battles of history, gives you a general idea of who the combatants were and sort of what they wanted. It's not a replacement for doing further research, but especially when you're younger, it gives you like a framework. I feel like those games were great. I passed history class with knowledge from Assassin's Creed games. All right. Base, I mean, you did it. Fucking hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Civ 6 got me more into history. Facts. Remember historically when Gandhi dropped 40 nuclear bombs on every other country? He was crazy for that one. He was wild for that one. What was Gandhi cooking, dude? That's actually a Mandela effect, was never a glitch. I don't believe you. Let's find out. Gandhi Civ nukes. Was it made up? I feel like I played Civ 5 with stands and Gandhi did drop nukes, like recently. So if it was originally made up, like before my time, did they add it in? Like, I've been nuked by Gandhi. Let's put cards on the table. Gandhi's nuked my ass, dude. Wait a minute. Look. Bro, right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is from Wikipedia, the most unbiased source. Gandhi, build nuke 12. Use nuke 12. He's the fucking highest on the fucking... That's Civ 5. That's what I played. That's what I'm talking about. Civ 5 is what I'm talking about. Civ 5 is what I played. Me and Stance played Civ 5 every day. And we got nuked by Gandhi all the fucking time. Genghis Khan. Even Genghis Khan doesn't use the nuke as much as Gandhi. Isabella can't get them or what? Why is there an X here? These games are fun, but they just are so long. And I can't play versus computers without getting bored. The problem with Civ is like, when you play versus AI, you figure it out. And if you play versus humans, no one will play with you because it takes too long. That's the fucking long and short of it. It's, oh, she'll build them but not use them. Couldn't be American, let me tell you. We fucking crossed that bridge early. We did not want to sit on the weapon. Did you ever play Command and Conquer? Not really. No. I have played it, but like barely. All right, we're about to start here. We're 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Nah, for real. League of Legends taught me about acting under pressure IRL. Saved a few car crashes because of it. Listen, I know you're telling that as a positive story, but what I hear is that you are a League addict who gets into frequent near-miss car crashes. Probably a crazy driver. I feel like you probably need to just worry about following traffic laws and less about learning how to perform under pressure. Though I will say, one of my all-time Giga Chad memories of my own mother is when she was driving me to school. Two cars in front of her immediate braked or had a problem. The car behind that car smashed that car, and my mom was about to smash that car, and she instantly, instead of slowing down, like revved up, pulled onto the curb, and like swerved around both of them instantly, like no fear, no slowing down. Actually insane. She clutched up. Even she was like, so after it was over, she was freaking out. But like in the moment, she had like fucking mom time slow. That was crazy. And what was funny is like, you know, this is like when I'm a teen, angsty teen, by the way. We just moved to a new place and my mom would drive me to school and I wouldn't talk to her the whole time. I'd have my iPod headphones in and I would look out the window and pretend to sleep. Which is such a shitty thing to do. She just wants to talk to me on the way to the fucking school. But like after that, at least for a few days, I was talking to her. I was really impressed. I was really impressed. I was like, Mom, you're kind of a badass. It was cool. She starts getting in more accidents to force you to talk. Is the slop part of the stream over yet? It is, but so is your contribution to chat. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. God damn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It is time. It is time for a little bit of Targeting Tuesday. We're going to do a rare double intro. Because today's Targeting Tuesday is all about one topic. But I want you to do the me here. So without further ado, if you could please analyze the screen, find yourself, and welcome to Marketing Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's Up Beijing, a segment of the show where we talk about what's going on in China. But today's topic may not actually be China. It's the elections in Taiwan. In some places, Chinese Taipei. We're going to find the difference. The elections in Taiwan just happened. These were the three parties: the Green Party, the Turquoise Party, and the Blue Party. And we've talked about them before. This party against or for independence from China. Complete independence. Taiwan is its own nation. Blue Party, better relations with China. possibly thinking about possibly integrating back into China. And Turquoise Party. Both of these people are two extremists. Let's be in the middle. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about better housing for young people, okay? Simplified, but those are the three parties. But we need some background. We need some background before we jump into what happened with these elections. So, just to catch everybody up, especially if maybe if you're American. This is what we're talking about. China and Taiwan, okay? The island off the coast of China. In the late 40s, right after World War II, there was a civil war in China where the Communist Party won control of the country. And the Nationalist Party, the nationalists who controlled the country before, fled to the island of Taiwan to start their own country, okay? And for a while, the people on Taiwan basically claimed that they owned the whole thing. And China claimed they owned Taiwan. And they had a bit of a standoff, okay? But eventually, sort of a tentative peace settled in, okay? Where China still claims Taiwan. Taiwan essentially thinks they're their own country. And in that time, since the 50s till now, Taiwan has had a pretty good run of it, okay? GDP per capita, per person, skyrocketed in Taiwan. Again, this is where China is. Taiwanese citizens enjoy a very high quality of life. They've had stocks that outperform all of the rest of Asia. They are ranked consistently as one of the most free countries in the world in terms of political rights and civil liberties. Okay? So Taiwan, again, this is a higher ranking in the United States by quite a bit. They have high trust in their institutions. They have high trust elections. They have one of the best run democracies in the world. Again, here's an example from their election that just happened. This is every vote held up so it's visible to the public. The result is shouted out, repeated, and then tallied. Everything is on a paper ballot. Anyone can watch, take pictures, or film. There is a huge, broad trust in their elections. When the losing parties lose, they quickly call to concede. I think I'm not going to reveal it yet, but the losing party of this election literally said, I should have worked harder. That was the first thing he said when he lost. He said, we lost fair and square. I should have worked harder. Which is like, you know, in America, it's kind of crazy to see such a well-run election. And also, in terms of schooling, they are like the highest scoring students of a larger country in the world for the number of students they have. Again, it's still, they can't even be referred to as Taiwan. They're still referred to as Chinese Taipei on the PISA score, but they are highest scores in mathematics, science, and reading. It's a well-run country. And because of that, since the Civil War, Taiwan has gone from thinking of itself as like the part of China that lost the Civil War to thinking of themselves as their own country. The percentage of people that identify themselves as Taiwanese has skyrocketed over the past, 30 years. And so now the majority of the country sees themselves as their own country, Taiwan. Taiwan is not China. Okay, that's sort of what they're saying in the country. That is not agreed with by Xi Jinping, who in his opening year speech, New Year's speech, said reunification with Taiwan is inevitable. He said it's going to happen. Without a doubt, Taiwan is part of China, and it is inevitable that we're going to bring it back into the fold. So there's obviously a bit of a standoff between these two ideals, which is driving a lot of what's going on with this election. China said they will crush Taiwan independence efforts right before the election. So that's the environment we find ourselves in going into a few days ago when this big election happens. And you might think, okay, I get all of that. I get the Taiwanese people's stance on the situation. Why is the rest of the world so interested? And the main reason for that, especially America, why is America so interested in Taiwan? Why geopolitically is it so important? And the main reason for that is because of chips, okay? Chips, long and short of it. And it's not these chips, it's these chips, okay? Taiwan is the single greatest manufacturer of semiconductors, aka microchips, in the world. And there are only basically 4 countries that can produce high quality semiconductors at scale. Taiwan, China, South Korea, and America. And of those 4, Taiwan is the by far leader. They have 68% of the market, and when it comes to like the really high-end, cutting-edge, smallest nanometer chips, they have like 84%, okay? There is no one close. And so that means anytime you've used a car or a tablet or a cell phone or a video game console or a computer, you are likely using something that was made in Taiwan. Taiwan produces the the most cutting edge and most valuable stuff that is used by Apple and Nvidia and everyone else to make their technology. And so that becomes a very, very important country for the future. Again, as US and China compete to become the leading country in AI, chips that are made in Taiwan are driving that innovation. So nobody wants to let Taiwan fall into someone else's hands. That's why Taiwan is so important to other countries, not just in their own sphere of influence. So back to the election, okay? Back to the election. We have these three parties. The numbers have came in 2 days ago, and the winner, not by a landslide, but by a healthy amount, is Li Chengti and the Green Party. The Green Party pulls ahead with 40%. This is the party that, again, advocates for the fiercest independence from China. Here is people celebrating. The mood's happy, okay? They win big. Big win for the Green Party. The third consecutive term in power for the Green Party, which is unprecedented in Taiwan's history. The people of Taiwan have resoundingly voted that they want a independent Taiwan, which is what the main thing the Green Party stands for. Their leader spoke.
We are telling the international community that between democracy and authoritarianism, we will stand on the side of democracy.
Sorry, wait. I'm going to close this so we get a better full screen view. Nice.
We are telling the international community that between democracy and authoritarianism, we will stand on the side of democracy. Taiwan will continue to walk side by side with democracies from around the world.
For the losing party, the empty seats said it all. The opposition KMT had wanted to talk more to China. A vision, for now, sent packing.
So the Green Party wins, and it's a pretty big deal. These are the new leaders of Taiwan. Inauguration has not happened yet, but it's coming up. And again, they are not like passive supporters of independence. They are these two people are the forefront of Taiwan independence. Even within their own Green Party, they are like the leaders of like, hey, we need to make ourselves our own independent country. We need to establish better relations with other countries as Taiwan. Okay, so it's a pretty strong vote in that direction. And the question on everybody's mind, and why this is called the What's Up Beijing segment and not the Oh Hey Taipei segment, is because the real question, the real story from all this is, what is Xi Jinping gonna do? After all they did in the lead up to this election, all they said, all the threats, what is going to happen next? That's almost the story of the year that we want to know. Again, it's already considered a headache. This is the official Taiwan Digital Diplomacy Association. It's already considered a headache for Taiwan to live next to China. This is a real meme from their account. They posted it to Ukraine, actually. It's already considered a headache. But with what they've done leading up to it, it's become even worse, especially as right before the election, China characterized this election as
of scenarios portrayed by the Chinese side. For example, they continue to say that the choice in this election is in between war and peace, and if you vote for the DPP's candidate, it will mean war.
What are you seeing this?
Again, this is the Taiwan state minister saying that, like, China keeps calling this a, quote, war and peace election. And so the vote is like a bit of, it's a bit of intimidation tactic or a threat. That being said, were there actually to be war, that would be pretty scary, especially as Taiwan militarily does not even come close to comparing to China. China's active forces, number of aircraft, size, nuclear missiles, all of that vastly dwarfs Taiwan. If Taiwan was fighting on its own, it's not even close. Okay, oh, sorry. F, we back? We back? Sorry, we got Starforge. That being said, we'll talk about this probably later, but there is a bit of a new story rising that perhaps China's army is not as combat ready as they have appeared. Again, I cannot verify this, and I don't even want to say this with any ounce of solidity, okay? But there is some intel coming out that China's army had some missiles filled with water. There's a bit of a corruption scandal. We cannot confirm this. I literally am not confirming this. I am just saying this is something that is a rising piece of news, that there is go back. What'd you miss? What did you miss? Where did I fucking lose it? This slide? Yeah, okay. This slide. China has a much bigger military than Taiwan. However, are they combat ready? Possibly not. This is a very recent piece of this is January 7th, that there's a corruption scandal going on within Xi Jinping's military, possibly a lot of wastefulness of military spending, missiles filled with water, etc. Now, can't verify this, but we can verify there has been some sort of purge. While we don't know if the missiles filled with water is true, there has been a purge. Xi Jinping has been removing generals and a lot of top military officials from power to replace them with own people that are either more... the theory is that they are more likely or more amenable to the idea of going to war. Apparently, there's people within the Chinese military who don't want to go to war. The idea is to get people that are more combat ready or more... It's either competency or quality of interest in war. But that is the idea, okay? So there's some of that happening. Also, in the lead up to this Taiwan election, they floated a ton of spy balloons over Taiwan. In addition to economically trying to threaten them by cutting or increasing tariffs between Taiwanese products and China and cutting preferential tariffs that used to be in place for Taiwanese products to China. Basically making Taiwanese companies economically hurt for the election. So all of this is like what they did before, but what are they going to do after? Now that it's confirmed that the Green Party's won the election, what's going to happen? And it turns out, if you look at the immediate response, it's pretty muted. For all the fire and fury that happened before the election, now that the Green Party has actually won, China has sort of taken stock. Slow down, okay? They're slowing down and they are thinking. They made one official statement, which is here, which is basically that whatever change takes place in Taiwan, the basic fact that there is only one China in the world and Taiwan is part of it will not change. One China, one Taiwan will not change. The international community upholds the one China principle, and long-standing and overwhelming adherence to this principle will not change. The one China principle is the anchor for peace and stability. Anyway, yeah. Now, what's interesting is that this is extremely similar, including exact verbatim quotes, to what they said in 2020 in the last Taiwan election when the Green Party also won. In fact, if you were to plug in the two statements they made and to turn it in, you would get a 98% match. They basically plagiarized their own response. It's exactly the same. There's no real difference, okay? It's copy-paste. They're saying the same things they've said before. Now, there were much more, again, fire and fury leading up to this election, but after it's happened, they're making the same muted response. And on Chinese social media, the response is also pretty interesting. Again, this is Chinese social media. Number one trending on the day of the election was a statement that said, the basic fact that Taiwan is a part of China will not change. This is trending number one all over Chinese social media. Okay? But what was interesting about it, this comes from Stefik, our Marketing Monday researcher who speaks Chinese. She looked into this. It's number one. However, she clicked on it and looked into it. So many of the messages were like exact duplicates that imply some sort of botting. They all said there's only one China exactly. Okay, I just, hundreds of these. But also, these are the only comments that were allowed to be shown. So if you click this number one topic, there is, even though it's supposed to be number one, tens of thousands of comments, 27K discussion, there are only 18 comments shown. You cannot see any more. You literally cannot see more. It's completely cut off, which is interesting. It's completely locked. And then, again, 7,900 comments. You can only see 18. 17 comments. 17 approved comments. So there's 17 approved comments of 79,000, and you can only see the approved ones. So interesting. But also interesting is that if you look at the viewership trend of this topic, it had, 419 million views the day of the event and then instantly disappeared. So there's this massive discussion around it. The basic fact that Taiwan's part of China cannot change. Only approved comments, only fucking 17 approved comments, and then it instantly is removed. And again, Stefik and I have tried consistently to show a deeper, more nuanced discussion of China. I think there's a lot of people that only get their news from like Reddit comments and have a really, I think, simplified, basic view of China. But even Stefik and I agreed on this. This is pretty blatant censorship. This is like what happened in this case is like pretty blatantly a crackdown or like a limiting of people's ability to discuss at all what's going on in Taiwan. So interesting. I mean, completely removed. You can't even see it. For example, if right now she goes to Little Red Book, which is Chinese social media, and searches for Taiwan election or the name of the new Taiwanese president, there are 0 results. 0 results. Not one person in all of China has discussed Taiwan election once. If you look, which is interesting. Interesting breakdown. As of 1:14, which is one day after the election, there is no trending topic to be found, despite from going the number one discussed thing. It's completely gone. So that's interesting. That's how they're handling it domestically. How are they handling it internationally? How is Xi Jinping handling this internationally? How is he doing diplomatically on this? And that is what a lot of the news since the election has been about. The big story that happened yesterday is that, world-renowned gargantuan country Nauru severed diplomatic ties with Taiwan in favor of China. Nauru has flipped sides. They no longer recognize Taiwan as a country, and they are now in favor of China. And that is interesting. China immediately did a press conference about this diplomatic flip for, again, a country that has like 10,000 people. The Nauru government's decision of reestablishing diplomatic ties to China once again shows the one China principle is where global opinion trends, and where the arc of history bends. China stands ready to work with Nauru to open up new chapters of our bilateral relations. I don't know how China is going to work with Nauru because their GDP is equivalent to one XQC. That is the GDP of the whole country. And Taiwan maintains that the reason Nauru flipped sides is because of money diplomacy. Basically, Nauru asked for money for, I think, a detention center or something, and Taiwan wouldn't supply it, and I guess China trades more with them. They economically pressured them, so they flipped. It's, again, not really a big thing, but it's part of a larger plan by China to sort of diplomatically isolate Taiwan. Again, China would prefer to make Taiwan part of China without ever firing a shot. That's why they wanted the KMT to win the election. They would prefer to just integrate them the way they did with Hong Kong. Why do we keep getting F'd? Why do we keep getting F? Where did I cut off? Where did I cut off? What's going on with my... Am I getting shut down? Gee, please! Please stop DDoSing me! XQC? Were we right here? We're cut off with Nauru's equivalent to one XQC in GDP. Okay. Again, this seems like a small country, doesn't really matter, but it is part of a larger plan to diplomatically isolate Taiwan. Again, Nauru, you might think doesn't matter, but it is one of only 13 countries in the world that actually recognizes Taiwan. Now down to only 12. There's only 12 countries left. Again, in 1971, these are all the countries that recognized Taiwan as a country and had official diplomatic relations with them. A lot of the world. By 2023, this is the amount of countries left. Okay? One by one, China has used economic and military pressure to convince all other countries to not recognize Taiwan as an official nation. They have no official diplomatic ties, and they all follow the one China policy. All of these countries combined, all 12 of them, have less population than Uganda. So essentially, there is only one Uganda in the world that actually officially recognizes Taiwan, including the Vatican. Yeah, the Vatican is one of the the Vatican is one of the places. So, we're limited. However, for all of you watching on Twitch, there is some good news. There is an island called Tuvalu near Australia. This island is known for one thing, having 11,000 people and making most of its money because it sells the .tv domain name to Twitch. Tuvalu is one of the 12. So as citizens of Twitch TV, we all officially recognize Taiwan as a country. Okay? Tuvalu is one of the countries that recognizes Taiwan, and we are officially part of that island here on twitch.tv. However, if this was truly the case, if only these countries actually supported Taiwan, this invasion or diplomatic assimilation would have already happened, okay? To be honest, there's just no way China, with its economic military power, would not have conquered Taiwan in some way if this was the case. See, the U.S. does not formally support Taiwan independence. Biden's first quote after the election, they asked him, what do they think about the election? We don't support Taiwan independence. We support one China policy. But then Biden immediately turns to camera, essentially, and gives a big fat wink. Essentially, this is what the United States has been doing, a strategic ambiguity, where to avoid provocation, we say we support the one China policy, where in actuality, we sell weapons and arms and trade deals with Taiwan. And immediately after the election in Taiwan, the United States sent an unofficial delegation that says support for Taiwan is rock solid. Again, it's not an official delegation, but it's an unofficial one that lands in China, meets their president, thanks them, etc. So it's a real balancing act here, and it's one of the reasons that Taiwan can feel at least somewhat safe, because they have allies that more than what officially they seem to have. The UK, David Cameron, the foreign minister of the UK, the elections today are a testament to Taiwan's vibrant democracy. I hope the two sides of the Taiwan Strait will renew efforts to resolve differences peacefully through constructive dialogue, without the threat or use of force. Obviously, that is talking to one side. Taiwan is not threatening force on China. It's a very diplomatic way of saying let's not have any war here. That's from the UK. And Japan. For Japan, Taiwan is an extremely crucial partner and an important friend. This is such a funny thing to say because Japan does not even officially recognize that Taiwan exists. It's so funny that all these countries can simultaneously say two sides of this issue. It enjoys close economic relations and people-to-people exchanges, reciting Japan's usual lines about Taiwan. China cannot really threaten these three countries, but doesn't like this, obviously. So they have responded to these messages and say that these send a seriously incorrect signal to Taiwan independent separatist forces, basically the government of Taiwan, the democratic government of Taiwan. And that all of these countries should refrain from disrupting peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. That being said, these countries can't really be threatened, you know, like by China. It's like not really, they're not at that level. They almost start that escalation. But Philippines, the Philippines are well within China's sphere of influence and absolutely can. When the president of the Philippines tweeted this and said, I congratulate President-elect Lai Ching-te on his election as Taiwan's next president, we look forward to close collaboration, Xi Jinping flipped out. When this guy tweeted that, oh, God damn it, dude, what is going on with these Fs? Oh, my God, bro. It's very frustrating. Is it my internet? What the fuck? Right when you started the tweet, I said, all right, look, I said, China can't really threaten these without escalating, but Philippines is within their sphere of influence. And when the president of the Philippines tweeted this, that he congratulates President-elect Lai Ching-te on his election as Taiwan's next president, when he tweeted this, Xi Jinping lost his shit. Xi Jinping went laser eyes mode, dude. Philippines was warned not to play with fire over their president's Taiwan remarks. They vented fury at the Philippines over Taiwan congratulations. In fact, they summoned the diplomat from the Philippines to China. They summoned him to China and also made a public statement that he better read more books. That was their official statement. He needs to sit down and read more books until he understands that Taiwan is not a real country. So there's a real level of threat here, because I think China has more sense of control over the Philippines in their sphere of influence. And so, back to these elections. What do they mean within Taiwan? Okay? Because actually, the result here, even though the Green Party was predicted to win, the result is pretty surprising. These are some of Taiwanese friends of Stefik who said, Lie still won, but we're all shocked. There's a bit of like worry about it, and that's because the Green Party actually went from 68 seats in the legislature, in like the parliament, down to 51, which means we are actually in the beginning of what you could call a three-party politics in Taiwan. It's now officially a three-party system. Now, that's not really a sad moment. I actually want to talk about it more. The real change between previous elections and now is the introduction of this guy in the middle, Ko. This guy, grabbing his belt and wearing the sick Cloud9 hoodie, essentially, came onto the scene in his first election ever. This is the first election of the third party here in Taiwan. And basically what they said is, yes, the China question is important. We have to balance our relationship between China and US. And ideally, we want to keep the status quo. But also, we have to govern. And also, young people can't afford houses. That's what he said. And you know what? I'm hearing that from young people all over the world. This is not just a Taiwan problem. This is a problem in countries world over. We have to find a way to get young people to be able to afford quality jobs and houses. And so, coming out of nowhere, they captured 8 seats in parliament. And because the election was so disputed, so split, guess what? They're now the swing vote. So if the DPP and the KMT disagree on something, you need Ko for the majority. They basically went from the smallest party to almost the decider on every Taiwanese political issue. It's actually kind of crazy for their first election. Which I think is the product of what is an extremely well-run and well-trusted democracy, where you can actually have a third party come out of nowhere and make a serious splash and have an influence. Again, he's only representing mostly young people, but now they have a voice, a pretty significant one, in Taiwanese politics. And so while I support the DPP's independence, I also support the rise of Ko to figure out how to solve problems for a new age, which all countries are struggling with. And so, again, youth income and housing concerns are also important. It's not just about the China question. And so as you look around the rest of the world, you'll notice that young people since 1995, especially in the US, have become more and more dissatisfied with democracy. And I wonder if some of that has to do with the fact that we have no way for a non-massive majority party to get any sort of voice. We have no way for young people to voice these concerns and get some sort of introduction into the policy. And so that is the lesson, the takeaway that I have from Taiwan elections, is that not only is there big questions about China, but there's also huge benefits to having a really well-run open democracy. That's why I'm so impressed and like proud of their achievement. So hopefully there's a lesson from this. We can learn from this and have some sort of these changes happen in other democracies around the world. Or we could end up with World War III. We don't know, and this year is going to be a pretty pivotal one to decide. So if you want to learn more about it, we're going to follow it every week here on Marketing Monday Was at Beijing. Thanks for watching, and tune in every week for more information on what's going on around the world. Appreciate you. Yeah, hopefully that helped explain what's going on in the election. I think they're fascinating. Think they are fascinating, and I am going to keep following. But yeah, pretty crazy couple days over in Taiwan. I as crazy as it was, it's going to be like 1/50th as crazy as the U.S. election. So, so I actually was like kind of impressed. Like for all of like the fire and fury going into it, it actually was like a super well run election. Not too much like outside interference. and went smoothly. And then China didn't like do a whole lot. They saber around a little, but afterwards didn't do a whole lot so far. I think it's going to be way stupider in the U.S. elections. We're going to have, I mean, there was just never any risk in the Taiwan election of one party not conceding and then causing a whole fucking bout of chaos or violence, bro. I'm not. It's interesting, bro. I'm interested to see how it goes. But yeah, that's the thing. I can answer any questions if you want to. We could also pass some questions along to Stefik, who again is talking with her friends in Taiwan and have been translating things. I'm bummed my stream went out a bunch. Why can't Taiwan use money politics and leverage chips for recognition? So here. Let me show you something. This is a picture of here. Dude, can I just... Here, I'll do it in Photoshop. Okay. Here we go. This is a picture of countries that trade more with the United States in blue or trade more with China in red in the year 2000. Okay? In the year 2000, the most of countries on Earth had bigger trade relations with the United States. By 2020, this is the number of countries that have bigger trade relations with China than the United States. Okay? So, you know, as important as Taiwan is for chips, China is the like exporter, the factory of the world. They're just massively economically powerful for all these other countries. And so you really can't, Taiwan doesn't have that much. I mean, they have enough leverage to keep, you know, strategically important countries like Japan and the UK and the United States, like, you know, as their buddies. Not officially, but, you know, in reality. But they can't, like, threaten someone by saying, we'll cut off chips. Because if China cuts off their trade, it's way more damaging to all these other countries. So you just have to understand China's economic might is serious. What if Taiwan built a great wall that separates them from China? On the South China Sea? How are they? It's going to be okay. That feels like very difficult to build. A seawall, huh? They'd never expect it. And then have you heard of planes? That's because, you know, Chinese airports with fighters could, you know, how high is this wall? Make it really high. Okay. Okay. Build a taller wall. Build it at least 12 feet tall. Okay, interesting. A big glass dome. Okay, I like, these are all really good ideas. I'm going to make sure that when I visit Taiwan and or China, I will bring them along and pass them along. Seeming more like I'm visiting Taiwan than China after these recent episodes. After these recent YouTube videos, I feel like I'd be going more to Taiwan, but I will pass your information along. If China invades, is there a chance that Taiwan intentionally destroys the chip facilities? No, but there is a chance that the United States does. This is a national security advisor saying that U.S. would destroy Taiwan's semiconductor facilities rather than let them fall into China's hands. Which would be an insane escalation. If it gets to that, we are in World War III, man. We're in some crazy times if this gets to happen. Why would China attack itself? There is a funny thing that happens where there was like, 10 people in China who fled to Taiwan. And then it's like they were arrested for fleeing the country. But if you assume that Taiwan is part of the country, then they didn't flee the country. So how could you, you know what I'm saying? That's like a, it's like a very interesting, Atrioc, would Taiwanese superconductors companies ever consider moving to a different country? Yes, TSM, I mean, Taiwan obviously doesn't want the chips to move to a different country because they're a part of its bargaining chip, right? Literal bargaining chip. But some of the companies in Taiwan do want to do that so they can have profits no matter what. So TSMC has been expanding and trying to make foundries across the globe, including one, I think, in Arizona. So that they can have like more, but again, it takes a very long time and a lot of money. I learned about this at NVIDIA. It's like producing these chips is like incredibly difficult, incredibly expensive, incredibly specialized. All the knowledge is guarded top secret. Like it's just not an easy thing to, I thought Arizona was Intel's fab. Intel doesn't have a fab in Arizona. I think there's both. I think Arizona's a good spot to build, and so they're all doing it in Arizona. Why is Taiwan so ahead in chip dev? It's a great question. I looked into it. It's like they sort of just saw the potential early and invested a lot of human capital, government resources, and time into it, and then got really good at it. And then once you're good at something like chips, you have scale advantage. So everybody goes to you to make stuff, which makes you even better at it because you're the only one making the good stuff. So it kind of compounds and snowballs. And so for decades and decades, they've been ahead of the pack, and they've got the best talent, the best foundries, the best. That's the sort of idea. What does the stock market think is going to happen? The stock market, again, predicts the status quo almost all the time. The stock market is actually not very good at predicting any unforeseen shock events. It predicts that China will wave its fist and do nothing, which is what happened so far. House win? Probably in 1 hour, watch House at 10 o'clock. Are the chips more important to China or the one China policy? Nothing is more important to China than the one China policy based on their actions and words. They only care about the one China policy, bro. In fact, they can't even get chips. Right now, the US has like pressured Taiwan and NVIDIA and like all these chip manufacturing companies to not export their best chips to China. There's a big US chip blockade that China's pretty pissed about. You know, we watched the Chinese Top Gun movie, Born to Fly, and even in that movie, all of the pilots talk about the foreign military tech blockade. Like it's even in their fucking blockbuster movies. Like they talk about it all the time. It's like it's something that really frustrates them because it slows down progression on things like AI and all of that stuff. So, do you know if the citizens care at all, or if it's just the government? It's a tough question to answer. There's a billion people in China, bro. You can't. They have different opinions. But obviously, I think realistically, citizens on either side do not want war. Nobody wants actual war. Nobody wants fucking World War III, except for I think there's I don't know, like again, there's not even that much to gain. It's really more of a pride and a status thing for like Xi Jinping and the CCP leaders to like reunify Taiwan back to China and like put a close on the civil war. All of you know, it's like it's not a great gain. I don't think it's strategically worth it, but so we're going to talk about the corruption in China's military. We're going to watch a video on it. Again, it's tough to verify. I really looked into it. It's very tough to verify whether there was actually water in missile silos instead of fuel. The idea is that like they went to check the missile readiness, and instead of fuel in there was water, and they're just not ready at all. And a lot of the money had been siphoned out, and there was corruption. But there's literally no way to verify it. It's based on a rumor from a Western media company who says they have sources in the U.S. CIA. So it's like there's a lot of layers there, and there's no way to get it 100% verified. That being said, we can verify that they are purging military leaders. Like, there is a crackdown happening in the Chinese military that could have to do with corruption. They're getting rid of leaders. They're replacing them with other people. Like, that's happening. So there's something going on. But we can't, again, we don't have all the answers here. House is a two-parter today? Well, we're not going to watch a two-parter. That's just no way, bro. We're not watching a two-parter. I got no time. I have to work on, I got to work on predictions, bro. I'm crunching. Do you think if Taiwan gets invaded, will America come to its defense? I do. China says they won't. China keeps saying that, they literally said this exact quote, in like pre-election propaganda or whatever, which is that the knight in shining armor won't arrive. Which is like, America will not show up, and they will not, if anything actually happens. Again, it's hard to predict what America will actually do because we could have a different leader. We don't actually know. But based on everything we've said and the strategic importance, and it seems likely that America would intervene. And also, we have in the past. Like back in the 70s. Prince of Persia tonight? No, but tomorrow is a big Prince of Persia day. I'm grinding it. Although I heard Asmongold played Prince of Persia and his chat bullied him so much he quit or something. Am I off? I didn't look too closely. Is it a fucking backseating ass game or something? Is it bad? I heard something went down, dude. He's playing it off stream now. Interesting. Smash the controller into his head. I'm going to do 2 controllers. I'm going to one-up him. Anyway, I'm going to play it. But I will fucking, so help me God, I'll ban. Everyone is going to have to say ironically mean things. But if you say actually mean things, I will fucking ban you, dude. You can say, wow, good job. And I'll know you don't mean it. But if you are fucking... it's on the spot, dude. We'll see. I'll play it tomorrow. Excited. Atrioc. Okay, somebody in chat keeps saying, Atrioc, when are we getting a ballooning and gooning stream? And you said it 500 times. We're not getting it. This is some idea. I'm going to ban you now. That's like fucking Christ, freak. You just keep saying it. You keep saying 100 fucking times. Do you understand that I'm not listening? There's no funny response to your stupid message. What deck do you play in Magic? I mean, I play Draft, so I make a different deck every time. But if I had to pick my favorite color in Magic, it would be mono white. Or actually white-red, Boros. I love white-red. White-red aggro. I think that shit's fucking hype. I like Angels. I like Aurelia. I don't like mono red. I kind of like mono white because I like tokens, but white red's my favorite. I always draft white red if I can. Are you playing Ready or Not with Aspect soon? We almost had a GOAT Ready or Not squad of me, Aspect, Stans, and Lud. But I think it's just not happening because the game is fucking hard to get fucking ready and installed. I just don't know that it's... All of them individually agreed, but then we couldn't find a time. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought it'd be fun. Atrioc, winner is another Monkey Ball video. I have no idea. I do eventually want to do Monkey Ball again. I love the Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball is just it's fun mechanically. It's a fun game. It's a great, maybe there's a fun mod or something I play. I could do Monkey Ball again for sure. I could do that. Thoughts on the MSI AI monitor? I have no idea what that is. Was there anything cool from the CES tech reveals? I didn't really get to. Usually I watch because of NVIDIA, but this is like kind of the first year I'm not. NVIDIA always is a big thing there. Was there anything that kind of like changed the game? What is this? The AI monitor CES. MSI has an AI monitor that's practically cheating. What is this?
4 is definitely going to be the year of OLED. Lots of new monitors being announced left and right, and well, MSI is no exception. In fact, they have the biggest selection of OLED monitors, which we're going to check out. By the way, while I was at the MSI booth, I assumed
it lets you cheat in League of Legends. Is there like a, can I skip to this? Let's
first detect it in the minimap. So technically it's not cheating. But
What?
this will add such an advantage to gamers because it eliminates the need to look at the minimap altogether. This is only a demo for
What?
League of Legends, but imagine this working on Call of Duty, right? Your team pops.
Wait, I missed it. Well, let me see. What was he talking about?
MSI's MEG 32-inch QD OLED monitor is quite possibly the most interesting monitor I have seen in all of CES.
Okay.
Aside from the high-end specs like 4K resolution, 240 Hz of
It looks
refresh rate,
good.
and the 0.03 millisecond response
Oh,
time,
wow, that's amazing.
it has a fascinating AI feature. They are calling it AI Skylight, and it might just be borderline cheating. So this will detect an enemy's position in the game, and it will mark it right on the screen, making it very easy for you to spot. Now, I know what you're thinking.
what?
This is basically wall hacks.
But it didn't even do a good job. Wait,
Position in the
like it's telling me it's right here, but he's not. But if it does work, that's cheating. Right? It's useless if it doesn't work, and if it does work, it's cheating.
game, and it will mark it right on the screen, making it very easy for you to spot. Now, I know what you're thinking.
It's directional?
This is basically wall hacks, but not quite. In order for the AI to mark the enemy's location on the screen, it would have to first detect it in the minimap. So technically, it's not cheating.
Okay, so it's like maybe you're in mid and somebody flashes for a second right here, and then it tells you they're coming from that direction. So like if you missed it on the minimap, you're more likely to see it. That is cheating. I mean, it is cheating straight up. It's like information you technically have, but like that is just cheating. Yeah, it's like that's not cool. It's also super pay to win because this monitor is going to be hella expensive, and like it is an advantage. So like if you want to be at the top level, you'd have to like you'd want to buy that. Yeah, I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. My gut reaction is I don't like it, but it's not wall hacks. It's not wall hacks. Wall hacks is like legitimately 100% cheating. This is like information you would have but could miss. It's like if audio cues could give walls. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like in Fortnite when you turn on the audio indicator and someone shoots and you can see where they are. If that like stayed up and you could follow it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not, it's just, it's so borderline, but like does feel like cheating. It's hairline cheating. Yeah. It'll be marketed as accessibility. I mean, at the end of the day, while it is cheating, it's not going to help you if you're shit at the game. Like that's not enough. It'll probably stop somebody bad from getting ganked. It shouldn't exist. They should definitely ban it, but it's not like a big, like that's such a small part of League. Like a wall hack can make you way higher rank. I don't think that would help you that much. The worst cheaters are good at the game. True. That's actually true. There are people that are like legitimately super good at fucking shooters that cheat. Because they want that extra fucking boost. So I guess that's true. This is OP if it have a deep ward and a... Yeah, exactly. It's OP because like of the flicker. Because they show up on your minimap for like 0.1 seconds and now you know their direction and now you know you could be ganked and now you're thinking about it. Hey, Atrioc, I'm headed over to the Philippines on Saturday, and I got a layover in Taiwan. Anything you need me to grab while I'm there? Just put down a sign and say, Big A is coming. Okay? Put down a big picture of my face with 2 thumbs up. Big A will be here soon. Okay? Not coming like that. Big A is on his way. All right? Because I'm gonna go to Taiwan. Yeah, I don't even know what makes this AI. By the way, this is like, that is obviously shoehorning the word AI into the monitor. Like, that's, people could make that right now. Modders make that all the time. That's a huge buzzword. Yeah, you could make that in a day. I guess what the AI is it's recognizing the mini map and actually detecting the image. So it's image. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not reading the data and like giving you the answer, which is what a hack would be. It's reading the screen. Oh my God, dude. The ability for AI to read what's on screen and produce an output from that is going to it's going to cause so many problems and headaches. One of the weirdest ones that I've heard of is like, so like, for example, you can hear me typing right now, right? I'm going to type something. Watch this. I'll type, you hear this? Apparently, AI can detect the sounds of different keystrokes. And so if they hear you typing in your password, it can use that to fucking reverse engineer what your password is. Because each fucking keystroke has a different, and like the way you type, I guess. So you analyze over like 1 million people typing, you can figure out with good accuracy, like what, here, look, here, look, The Guardian, or Mashable, or Tech.co, or ZDNet. AI can identify passwords by the sounds of keys being pressed with more than 90% accuracy. Tapping in a computer password while chatting over Zoom could open the door to reveal a cyber attack. And like this is 5 months ago. The accuracy will increase. That shit's crazy, bro. European Symposium on Security and Privacy Workshop. Noise canceling already solves this. I'm sure there'll be a solution. I'm just saying people aren't ready for like the level of, I don't know, the ability to like analyze a lot of things at scale that couldn't be analyzed at scale before. Dvorak users popping off their first win. That's why I use one giant iPod button for my computer. Dude, what's funny is I found my old 2005 iPod. And then I was like, well, I gotta know what was on it. I found it in a box when I was looking for cables for the PC. And so I went on eBay and I bought a charger. I bought an original 2005 charger for the fat iPod. Some chatters weren't even born. Yeah, well, I was listening to fucking Soul Survivor by Young Jeezy, okay? So I'd rather be alive than fucking not born like you. And then I charged it and it fucking didn't work. Or it said like, you need some old edition of iTunes to factory reset or some shit. And I can't. So it's a whole waste of time. Like, I really wanted to see my old playlist. It fucking pissed me off. So I'm going to try the iTunes thing, but I'm just like, I feel like I already invested so much time and it frustrated me. So instead, let's listen to Soul Survivor right now. Because that's what I would have found. Locked in your paradise, a sanctuary burns while you play God. Such funny, fucking funny, serious lyrics over Bionicles running and jumping. Holy shit. Alright, well, I'm not going to watch any more because I'm going to be forced to play this when it comes out for sure. Chat will not shut up unless I play it, so. That's coming. That looks pretty good. Maybe I'll get Duck Bricks to talk about it. Is there any other gaming news? I don't want to talk about just world politics. I want to talk about gaming. Is there any gaming news that I have missed? Well, I've been diving down the Taiwan rabbit hole. Anything? Pal World. I saw people playing it. What's the Pal World? What's the takeaway? It's like a Pokemon.
Hey, Ratbags, it's Jade. Are you excited?
Pal World. Pokemon with guns. I think I saw the trailer at whatchamacallit. Pokemon with guns. Is it hitting? Like, can we get an early vibe check? Is it going to be big or is it going to be eh? Coney liked it. As big as Temtem was. Temtem wasn't very big. Like, if it only gets Temtem size, I wouldn't even. If it's gonna be like a Pokemon MMO, maybe I'll play it because I've always wanted that. Uh-oh. 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 You guys there? Oh shit. Oh, my computer froze. I'm back. Ooh, yikes. Starforge PCs. It's co-op. Interesting. I am looking for a game to play with Linkus. Now that I'm part of Linkus's wedding party, now that I'm a groomsman, I need to start doing my part to integrate him into the stream around here. Okay? I gotta play more games with Linkus. The problem is he only speedruns games he's really good at. So we can't do a Wind Waker race. I'll lose by 15 hours. Linkus is getting married, yeah. Throw a house-style party. Should I find out if he's allergic to strawberry and then hire a stripper that has strawberry body butter to try and kill him? That feels like an escalation. Let me check if there's any... What the hell?
For Johnny, if anyone out there wants to honor Johnny.
A speedrunning dog?
Johnny today. Peanut Butter and I are ready. Are you ready? What? Are you ready to speedrun? Can you tell everybody who's the good boy? What? Can you tell everyone who the good boy is? Who's the good boy? Are you the good boy? Are you the good boy? You are.
Holy shit.
Good boys. No, sit. Good boy. Before we get started, I wanted to introduce my commentator helping me out today, my good friend Threech. Threech, how are you doing today?
I am so excited to be here for this, and I'm so excited to see PB, and I'm excited for everyone else to see PB. I'm so pumped for this to happen. Thank you so much for having me on to do this. PB is a very good boy, and we are so pumped to have him perform Gyromite. It's going to be great.
I am so stoked, and you are the good boy. Are you ready for some speedrunning action and possibly some treats? Oh, he's looking at my stash. I've got some ham and some cheese here ready. But I think he's ready, folks. If everyone's ready, we can't do a normal countdown because this run does require Peanut Butter is the one that presses the button to start the run. So give me 1 second. And
does the dog speedrun the whole thing, or does
when he presses the green button, that is when the run begins and time starts. So Peanut Butter, can you show me your bed? Back. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit.
The dog is depressed, typical speedrunner.
Good boy. You ready? Steady. Ready?
All right, let's see.
Button. Sit. Try it again. Button. No, watch me. Sit. You're so excited, I can tell. Watch me. Button. Button. Peanut butter, sit. Press the button.
This
no,
doesn't
you're not
feel
watching
very
me.
fast.
Sit.
This doesn't feel very
Good boy.
fast.
Try again. Ready? Button. There we go. Sit. Good boy. All right, here we go, folks. Little pre-run jitters, but I think he's ready to go. Peanut butter, come. Ready? Button. Stay. And sit. Good dog. Ready? Look at that laser focus. He's in the zone now. Ready?
That's crazy.
Steady. And button. Stay. Stay. Sit.
Wait, he's the
Good
go.
boy. That's
the
level
go.
1. 1 down, 24 to go. Oh, we got itchies. Oh, we got
He's
itchies.
itching.
Almost had a time loss there, Threech.
Oh no, he's doing great. So maybe we could talk a little bit about the game mode that we're doing while.
Well, you know, there's a lot of this. He's doing the whole thing. Okay, let me see. Let me see him clutch the ending.
And sit. Ready?
Let me see him clutch the ending.
Stay. Stay.
Okay, let's see.
Sit.
Now, chat, when we hit time, I want to see some good boys in chat.
He's got that
Ready?
dog in him
Gotta
for
touch
sure.
it.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. I'm going to give you all the cheese, but I want you to leave it. Good boy. Look at him, patient. Look at this patient.
Oh my gosh. He's an inspiration.
Stay. Leave
Iconic.
it. Leave it. By the way, we did a chat. That's going to be GG when you hear the jingle.
Oh, pee-pee.
Stand by and... Ready? Good job, get that cheese. Good job.
Good boy.
Peanut butter, you did it. You did it, buddy. Come here, give me some belly rubs. Give me some belly rubs. Oh, can I have some belly rubs? Oh.
That's pretty cool. Now I feel kind of inadequate because my dog can't speedrun any video games. Yikes. I'm going to go train Maya to beat Elden Ring. Now begins the journey to see how quickly Maya can speedrun Elden Ring, okay? We start tomorrow. The training begins. I will be focused on this. Probably can beat faster than me. She beats the Tree Sentinel in 6 hours. I gave her a solid PB. Let's see if she can beat that. Someone did that with their bunny. Nobody trained a bunny to beat Elden Ring. I don't know. That cannot be true. No, I looked. That doesn't exist. That does not exist. That obviously doesn't exist. There's no. Elden Ring is too complex a game for an animal. Point Crow's fish did beat Melania. That is true. But that was like a product of a million monkeys type thing. It was like just, it was the 100,000 attempts until he got fucking random hits. My dog has the world record on Super Mario 64 16 star. Your dog does and just never uploaded it? Your dog is better than Green Suigi? Or is just Green Suigi your dog? Is that what you're trying to say? Big A, my marketing professor is a, what did you say? My marketing professor is a Taiwanese PhD in his early 30s. What can I say to leave a good impression? What can you say to leave a good impression? feel like anything I would tell you would not leave a good impression. Why don't you just do good on your exam? Tell. Do not write one China on your papers. Yeah, that would be good. Don't show up in a full China flag. Tell him PhD. Heard that stands for pretty huge dick. And then laugh like that. And then if he doesn't like it, say, I also hate Xi Jinping. Okay? That's your backup. And then if that doesn't work because he feels like you're pandering, then you better crush the exam. No. Hey, Shrek, I was wondering if I had permission to upload a house react to TikTok in 60 parts. Sure. You can do whatever you want. They'll take it down. They will take it down. Just initiate a discussion and say you've had a recent interest in the Taiwanese election. I mean, yeah, I guess you could. You know, start by doing well. I remember this is so embarrassing. I remember so I was doing my thesis defense in college, and you need to get 3 professors to be a part of your defense. Yeah, I was in Barrett Honors College, so you had to do a thesis. And so I went to one professor who I really liked. We had like a good rapport. They liked my Enron hat, and we would joke around a lot. And I asked them, I was like, hey, you know, love your class. Could you be in my thesis defense? And the professor goes, Brandon, you've skipped like like 40% of my classes. You you are not here a lot. And there's like a lot of homework you haven't turned in. And I can't in good conscience be your thesis defender. You know, I think you're talented, and I think, but like I can't. And I was like, I don't like. It kind of crushed me, you know. I was like, ooh, I really should probably get cracking. I should really start working on some of this shit. You need a thesis for ASU. I was in Barrett Honors College, so you had to do you had to do an undergraduate thesis. Mine was on gamification and marketing. It's basically it was on fucking dark patterns and gotcha games and all the shit that would end up being huge. I was looking at early mobile games and stuff, and I was like, how they're going to apply that to other marketing concepts to get people to spend more. If you're at ASU, you can go find it. It's like all the theses are published in the library. Big A, I was basically asking if I should instantly ask you were Green Party, right? No, but you should say that you've been reading and interested more in the Taiwan elections. I wonder if he has any thoughts. That's honestly what you could ask him. Then you get his opinion and then learn from a close to the source. Hey, Big A, my business ethics teacher complimented my Enron hat today. Yeah, I've always said the Enron hat is really just teacher drip. It's the ultimate hat for getting like a fucking friend's dad or like a teacher to be like, that's cool. But I like it. I've always liked it. All right, we are nearing time to watch House MD Season 6, Episode 1. I want to watch that China video. Let me watch that China video. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Fuck. I think this is it right here. This is it right here.
After more than a dozen senior Chinese military officials were removed from office in just the last week of December, and a slew of further-reaching corruption charges, dismissals, and even a mysterious death or two masked throughout the rest of 2023, it's become evident.
This guy does have a YouTuber type voice, like a Matt Patty type voice, which I'm a little concerned about, but that's not really a good reason to discount it.
That something is seriously wrong in the highest echelons of China's defense apparatus. And according,
I wonder if there's a better, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Auto-tune his voice. View counts. The number of fucking this is maybe a better one.
It was the kind of report that
this could be interesting. This one's crazy. This has 2 million views. Look at the thumbnail. These Chinese submarines can destroy US in 30 seconds. It's a submarine bigger than a fucking cruise liner. What kind of stupid shit is this? 2 million views. First of all, why would the size of the submarine matter? God, that's so dumb. We have to find out. I don't even want to fucking give them a click. This one, I think.
It was the kind of report that no national leader wants to see leaked to the global press. A handful of small but shocking revelations that cast doubt onto a far more massive institution. On the 6th of January 2024, the Bloomberg media company revealed that according to multiple intelligence sources, widespread corruption within the Chinese armed forces has compromised China's military so badly that it's an open question whether China could even fight a war if it chose to. The news breaks just weeks after a major purge closed out 2023 at the head of the Chinese Communist Party and amidst a rapidly evolving geopolitical situation in East Asia and beyond. So in today's special episode of War Graphics, we're going to dig into the Bloomberg report and attempt to assess just how bad China's military problems really are, what's gone wrong, what China can do about it, and how this single small piece of news might have dashed China's global ambition for years, if not decades to come. The purge, the revelations. At the highest level of China's internal politics, the events...
I'm a little thrown off, though, because, again, like I said, I tracked where this came from, and it's like, I don't think this guy has any more sources than I do, that it's like pretty unverifiable. We just don't know. He's talking about it like it's fucking fact, and we just don't know. He does a lot of, I see. This guy does no research at all. All right, maybe not. Maybe not. I like his beard. He's got a nice beard. Well, then I don't have any good videos to watch. Those are the two. Those are the two that had the most interesting, compelling titles, and they had a lot of views. Well, we could just watch it, right? Can we just watch it and then keep an open mind?